Hi, I'm Angela from Stampin' Beauty, and today I want to share with you how I created this card. In fact, when I created this card, I created 3 more. I created this one here and these 2. And the reason I've got them upside down is so that you can see they've all been created at once. I've stamped this all and then created these 4 cards. So I've created my own pattern paper. So I want to show you how I go about doing that. So to start with, I've got some basic white cardstock, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up already. So I'm going to divide it equally in half. So this is metric cardstock. So this here is 21. So 21. Can see all that, and is 10.5, so I'm going to pop that straight down the middle. So whatever cardstock you're using, whatever size, just you can do exactly this, and you can trim it down to fit your card base. And so this here is 29.8, so that is about 14.9. I'm just going to cut that there. And do the same with this piece here, 14.9. You could cut it afterwards, just depends what you prefer to do. Then what I'm going to do is get some of my Stampin' Seal and just pop it onto here, just so it keeps everything. This is getting to the end of the roll. Everything in place while you're stamping. So I'm just going to butt them all up together, and it won't matter if it doesn't stamp perfectly on the edges, because I can trim those up when I adhere them to the card base. So as I say, you can do this cutting after, just whatever is your preferred way of doing it. Just I find with having it already cut, then I can see where these joins are going to be, so I can lay out my stamping. So to start with, I've got all my colours, my inks out, and my stamps. So it's just a matter of building up your. So I'll just bring this in so you can see. One. So starting somewhere and then building it up and filling it in. So I'll just move that out of the way, and I'm going to bring in this leaf here, and I've got garden green for that. So whatever sort of colours you like. And sorry, all these blocks are out of my kits, because I've got a class tonight and they're all out ready on the table with the cards I'm going to be using. So I'm improvising with all the ones I've got left. So that's stamping that on there, and then I'm going to have one going this way here. And you know, it's one of those things, every time you do something like this, even if you are copying something that you've already done, it does end up slightly differently. So I didn't stamp that. Pop that back on and just stamp those tips. So I've got those, and then I'm going to so you just sort of work your way through filling up gaps and trying to get things balanced. So this is green apple green. Just going to tuck those in there. And it's quite easy if you do sort of mirror things. I'll just re-ink this so it's quite a bit darker than my original one. And just building constantly with the little flowers you've got and the big flowers. So I'm going to use this big one now, and I'll start with Boho blue. So I'll pop this up in this corner here, just tuck it in. And it doesn't matter either if you overlap things. Like a bouquet, things are often overlapped, aren't they? those two in Boho Blue. Then I want to put two here in Flirty Flamingo, so I'll just clean that off. And of course, do this with different colours, you get such a totally different look. So it's something fun to play around with and enjoy. Those two there. And then I'm going to start filling up a bit in here. So I'm going to bring in, I've even doubled up my stamps onto the same block. So I'm going to just bring that one, bring a bit of colour in here and do the same thing. Actually might just add in some, so I'll do the same up here. See, put that up there. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit more, oh no, I've got these other, just remembering, that's the trouble sometimes when you are copying off something. It's easier to just to be when you're doing something from scratch. And then one there. And that one. So you can see, you can just fill things in as you go with the colours that you've got and the stamps you're using. So it's just sort of like a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle. So I'm going to bring in Lemon Lolly. Tuck that. So this, I think this one is going to end up looking quite different from the other one. So I'm just going to ignore what I've done before and just add in bits and pieces. So I might even put a little bit of that, the little stamen in there, just to add a little bit of the yellow Lemon Lolly. And a little bit more, what do we need now? So bring some colour up here. So I think I might add in some little flowers in the Boho Blue. I've got, let's clean this one off. That's the trouble, isn't it, when you're using the same. Just make sure they're nice and clean in between times. That one in here. So just have fun, just really, there are no rules really, just add in whatever you want and just to fill it up and make it look pretty. So I think, what else? I might even take a bit of the Boho Blue up there. I think just balance is really the thing you're looking for, just to get a bit of balance with your colours and this design. And what else have I got? Could probably add a little bit more of that so it looks like it's sort of meandering through there. It's quite a good wee filler, and maybe a few more green leaves. And actually this has, it hasn't left, because I have got it really well buttered up, hasn't left any gaps, which sometimes you can find happen when you're working over a join, but yeah, I think it's joined up quite well here, so not really getting that problem. So I think that's okay. That's filled it up nicely. So then, just to get these off, I find the best way is just to give a wee twist, and they just pop off without damaging the cardstock. one's looking a bit less going on, but that's okay. Can't have them all the same. So now what I want to do is put the sentiment. So I'm just going to bring in birthday blooms for you. So I'll just line that up. That nice and straight. I like to use the lines on my pad here, so just to make things a bit easier. And I'll just stamp that. And I'll just line it up. Just bring it over here a little bit. So that's one done. And then the other one that's got the blue, the boho blue there. And then I'll just clean this off, and the other one I'm going to put in the Flirty Flamingo. That over in this corner, and then lastly this one here. So those of you, so you've got instantly 4 cards, but I think these ones, they need a little bit something more, so I just might add a little bit more greenery just to fill in a few gaps. Yeah. And I think I need a little bit more. Stuck that on here. And here. And maybe even going to, this was done in Lemon Lolly, but I think I might do a wee bit more on that too. So let's put that up there. And there. So each one looks a little bit different, but I like that. I like that it's not all uniform. And then to just get everything out of the way, so then these are going to go on some cardstock. So I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo and a piece of Boho Blue. So I'm just going to cut those 2 in half. So as I say, it doesn't matter if you're doing metric or imperial, just do them for your card size and they should all work out. So just create 2 card bases. And so put that aside for a minute. So if I fold this in half, burnish along here, and that, see, I've still got my sticky bits. I might just grab scrap paper just to cover that up for now. So this is the exact same size, so we don't want that. So what I'm just going to do, and because if that border, if that edge hadn't been stamped so well, I probably would have trimmed it off there, but because it has stamped well, I'm just going to trim a centimetre off that side, a centimetre off there, so we've got more of the actual floral area here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that on all 4 of these. But as I say, if that hadn't stamped so well along the edge, that's where I would have trimmed it off. Lucky I don't do that sentiment any higher. lastly just along here. And then what I've done, I've chosen to put that one, the one with the main flower, as the Flirty Flamingo on the Flirty Flamingo card bases, and the ones with the flower, the main flower, is Boho Blue on Boho Blue bases. And then to get those on, just to add a little bit of shadowing, I'm always just going to add some dimensionals. I always think just giving it that little lift just creates a little bit of interest. Just take all those backs off. And line that up nice and straight. Always have to stand up to do that. Does anyone else have to do that? And then I'm just going to add some rhinestones. I always think nice and simple, and just add that little bit of glitz. And I might just tuck one down in here. And that is card one done. So I just might as well finish these off while I'm here, because otherwise, I don't know about you, sometimes they get piled up and then they don't get finished. It's always good. This is you know, these are quick and easy, and also I think they, you know, packaged up look really pretty as a gift, and people are always, I think, happy to receive some lovely cards that they can use to give away, give with a gift. And I'll just add a insert and the envelopes, pop a just wrap a ribbon around it, and got a lovely gift. And yeah, I don't know how long you've been watching this for. Not long, less than 20 minutes, and you've got 4 cards at least. So take you longer to go to the supermarket, wouldn't it, to get some? So I think sometimes we, you know, I've got friends that, you know, make cards and they go, oh, I just haven't made any, and they feel bad and they've ended up buying one. But you know, this is such a good way of showing that you can get some cards made pretty quickly. And I always think people who don't make cards, you know, they love receiving something you've made. Got that extra special touch to them. And especially creative people are always amazed, aren't they, I think, that by what you can do. And then same with this, just going to add 3 rhinestones. Tuck one. I might just tuck it in there, and the same again, another 3. And the last one. And that's it, done. So move everything out of the way. So those are my 3, I keep on saying 3, I don't know why, my 4 new ones and the 4 original ones. So just easy and pretty. And as I said, you know, just change up the colour and change up the stamp set. World's your oyster. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.